Hello there, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning into Mentium, the podcast that takes you on a journey to unlock the full potential of your mind. My name is Majama. I will be your host and your guide on this adventure into the fascinating realm of mindset, mental fitness, and personal growth. In each episode, I dive deep into the intricacies of the human mind, exploring the power of positive thinking, resilience, and the strategies to cultivate a mindset that propels you towards success. So, buckle up for a journey of self discovery, empowerment, and transformation. Get ready to unleash the power of your mind with Mentium. Hello and welcome to Mentium. Thank you so much for joining me one more time. As you know, it is always a pleasure to have you around at the release of a new episode. Today, I would like to dive into a topic that is at the core of how we experience life, and that is self-esteem. In the next few minutes, I would like to uncover what self-esteem is, why it matters, and how you can nurture a healthier sense of self. But before we get started, allow me to share a piece of poetry with you, and it is by Dr. Charles H. Beatty. Take a look at me is the title. Take a look at me and hear what I say. I was put together in a perfect way. What I'm saying ain't no bunk. God didn't take time to make no junk. He gave me a good brain and there is no excuse not to take this brain and put it to use. He gave me this body to treat real good, and I'll treat this body like everybody should. And you best better believe when you are looking at me, you have your eyes set on a VIP. Today's topic, as you already know, is about self-esteem. I still remember and enjoy this piece of poetry. It was given to me back in 1995 in a form of a bookmark. It was during the African American Summit that was organized in Dakar, Senegal, West Africa, with the help of the local American embassy. That summit gathered many scholars and great personalities from the US and Africa. And some of the participants I still remember are Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. and Brother Khalid Mohammed of the Nation of Islam, and many other students from Harvard University. For most of those students, that trip to Africa, their motherland as they would call it, was really great and felt good. They did feel a sense of belonging. We had several discussions about Sheikh Anta Diop's writing, particularly his book, The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality. Those exchanges of ideas revealed to me that those students were still in search of themselves. They were very keen on stressing the writings of Dr. Diop, where he argued that Africa was indeed the cradle of humanity, as if to say that they were part of something great. Their origins were not just slavery. They started to feel good about themselves, filling up on their self-esteem. First things first, what exactly is self-esteem? Self-esteem is essentially how we perceive our own worth. It encompasses our beliefs about ourselves, as well as the emotional responses we have to those beliefs. When we have healthy self-esteem, we feel good about ourselves, acknowledge our strength, and accept our imperfections. It is important to note, though, that self-esteem is not about being perfect. It is about having a balanced and realistic view of who we are. But where do we draw self-esteem from? Is it by looking in our past or understanding our origins? If we go far back, we'll realize that we all came from the same source, from the same maker. And I can tell you that he did not play favoritism. He created us all equal and endowed us with the same rights that no one has the right to take away. The right to live, the right to be free, the right to pursue our heart's desire as long as it does not infringe upon other people's right. He gave us minds and bodies to use, protect, and benefit from. Those who understand this will live like royalties. Those who don't will look down on themselves, accepting that they're nothing. Understand that nobody, and I mean nobody, is better than you. People might be richer, they might be smarter, they might be healthier than you, but no one is more important than you in the eyes of your Maker. If you do not love yourself, that is to say, if you live with low self esteem, lacking self acceptance and self love, you are teaching the world how to treat you. And believe me, you will not be happy with what they will do. You should be your number one fan. Have self confidence in and respect yourself. However, do not make the mistake of looking for those components of self esteem outside yourself, because you will not find them. No one can give them to you, and they are not for sale. It is an inside job. Let's talk about why self-esteem is so crucial. Self-esteem affects almost every aspect of our lives. It influences our relationships, decision-making process, our emotional health, and even our physical health. People with high self-esteem are generally more resilient. They're more able to handle stress better, and they are more likely to take on challenges and pursue their goals. On the flip side, low self-esteem can lead to anxiety, depression, and a host of other mental issues. It can hold us back from living our lives to the fullest. You see, on your journey to success, beating yourself down will not help. Coming from very humble beginning should not be seen as a disadvantage. Complaining about it is just a waste of time. Your folks did the best they could with what they got. Now is the time for you to take charge and have things your way. One way you can do this is to recognize that your life belongs to no one but you. So other people's opinion should not count. In that regard, I would like to suggest you take the advice of late Steve Jobs when he says, "Don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown out your own inner voice." A good reason why we should develop and maintain a strong self-esteem is to prepare ourselves for the turmoil and tribulations of life. Les Brown jokingly says that when life knocks you down, make sure that you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you will get up. I will add to that without a strong self-esteem, not only will you not fall on your back, but you will be crushed. Generally, people with low self-esteem are not ambitious. They tend not to aspire too much and therefore are not achievers. Their feeling of unworthiness will keep them down most of their lives. In contrast, those with high self-esteem are generous. They tend to treat people good. They're ready to lend a helping hand to anyone who so desires. Why are they doing that though? Well, it's because they feel good about themselves and do not consider anybody a threat to them. Whenever you see a person who likes to yell and put other people down, you are looking at somebody with a low self-esteem. To amount to anything in life, you have to accept yourself as who you are. Have confidence in your abilities. Respect yourself, because it is the foundation for respecting others. And you will need other people's respect and support to succeed in any undertaking. When building your self-esteem, remember these words of wisdom from Dr. Nathaniel Brandon. Our motive is not to prove our worth, but to live our possibilities. Now, let's talk about the factors that influence self esteem. There are both internal and external factors at play. Internal factors include our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. For instance, if we have a harsh inner critic, it can negatively impact our self esteem. External factors include our environment, experiences, and relationships. Supportive relationships and positive experiences can boost self esteem, while negative experiences such as bullying or failure can harm it. It's a dynamic interplay. Understanding this can help us navigate our own self esteem journey. But how do we build and maintain healthy self esteem? Here are a few strategies. Number one, practice self compassion. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. When you make a mistake, recognize that it is part of being human. We are not perfect. Perfection is actually divine. Number two, challenge negative self talk. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, change those thoughts. Ask yourself if they are based on facts or assumptions. Number three, set realistic goals. Setting and achieving small, realistic goals can build your confidence. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. Number four, surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who uplift and support you. Avoid those who bring negativity into your life. I say this a lot because to me, as Jim Rohn said, you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So be careful. Number 5, take care of your body. Physical well-being impacts mental well-being. So you got to eat well, exercise, and get enough sleep. If you own a car, you know that if you continuously ignore taking care of your car, one day it will not carry you anywhere. That's the same thing as your body. Number 6, focus on your strength. Everyone has unique talents and strengths. Identify yours and find ways to use and appreciate them in your daily life. One thing to pay attention to, though, is building self-esteem is a journey, and sometimes we encounter obstacles along the way. So it is important to be patient and persistent. If you find that self-esteem issues are deeply impacting your life, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable support and strategies tailored to your own needs. As we wrap up today's episode on self-esteem, remember, building self-esteem is a continuous process, and it is never too late to get started. So start now. Be kind to yourself and take it one step at a time. Thank you so much for joining me on Mentium. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow Mentium and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Peace.